Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this ABC 36 News Update. I'm Tom Kenny. The former executive director of Lexington's Bluegrass Airport could be coughing up to $20,000. According to the Lexington Herald-Leader newspaper, the board that oversees the airport is considering an agreement with that man, Michael Gobb. He resigned earlier this year after the newspaper investigated and found spending by Gobb and other employees that the state auditor said totaled around $500,000 and that it was questionable. 3 other airport directors also resigned. The newspaper says under the agreement, Gobb would be released from any other claims coming from purchases that he made at the airport's expense. Friends and family are saying their final goodbyes to a Lexington murder victim today. Amanda Ross, shot and killed outside of her home last Friday. Her funeral was held today in Lexington at Carrick House. Among those paying their respects to the 29-year-old was Kentucky Governor Steve Beshear. Shortly after her murder, Beshear sent out a statement calling Ross's death an indescribable tragedy and heartbreaking. Now, the man accused of murdering Amanda Ross made a rather strange request the day before her murder. That's according to a newspaper in Glasgow. The Glasgow Times reports that Steve Nunn asked to have his gravestone engraved with his name, birth date, and date of his death. That date? September 11th, the same day Amanda Ross was gunned down. And police say Nunn was found at his parents' gravesite in a Hart County cemetery where he had slit his wrists. The owner of the monument business where Nunn made the request told the newspaper that he called one of Nunn's friends immediately afterwards to tell him about the bizarre order. That friend says he tried but couldn't get in touch with Steve Nunn. In other news, Somerset property owners, you're going to get a tax break. The city has just reduced property tax rates by almost 14% from last year. That means a person with a $75,000 home would save about $120 a year. Now, this doesn't have anything to do with the property tax rate increase passed by the school board. The board voted to raise taxes by about 1.5 cents for every $100 of assessed property. As you probably know, the Wildcats have a big game this weekend as they host in-state rival Louisville. City leaders making sure Lexington is ready for the action both on and off the field. City leaders addressed issues that the city has faced in the past involving game day, including people parking on lawns, public drunkenness, even fires being set. City officials say more police are going to be on duty at the stadium and in the neighborhoods all around Commonwealth Stadium. Officers will cite anybody who parks in the front yard of a home. They say they'll also be on the lookout for underage drinking and anyone who starts trashing neighborhoods. That is our news update. You can always get more at WTVQ.com.